starting to block off the U cutout that we made earlier. But if you'll notice here from the top, you've got these grooves here. So what we're going to do in a few moments is we're going to measure from this end to this end and then cut our 3-inch PVC pipe, and it'll fit right in through there and drop straight down into the slot. To cover the lower parts here, we can use the scrap lumber from the U-cuts themselves, and we can just attach them here like this, and that will prevent the pipe from sliding out on either end. And what you can do is just put one screw here and two here in the back. Doesn't need a lot of strength, it just needs to keep the pipe from sliding left to right. Remember though that the screws you use here have to be less than or equal to double the thickness of your plywood. So your screws here on this sample cannot be more than 1 inch long, otherwise they're going to drill all the way through. You'll have a sharp edge exposed either here on the inside or on the outside. So we're going to use 1-inch screws, one here, and one here, and the same on this side, and we're going to effectively make a pocket for your tube. Okay, we now have our side braces here and the scrap pieces here on either side to create the pocket for your PVC pipe. As you can see across the top here, it's now going to drop in right here. So we can pick up our pipe and just set it here like so, and then just make a line from this end of the pocket to this end, and then you can use either a hacksaw blade or a jigsaw to cut it. Okay, using the jigsaw, I cut it, and as you can see, it drops in perfectly, and it slides in. It's not too snug. If it's a little bit long, you can just trim this edge, and this is what you basically want to accomplish, is this type of fit. And as you can see now, we're basically finished with the chair except for some trim work. So the dog will sit up here with its paws resting here and its head up here, and we are, for all intents and purposes, pretty much done, with the exception of some trim. Okay, now I'm going to attach some of the trim pieces here. These are the brackets I talked about a little bit earlier. This one here is a 10 by 12 bracket, and I'm going to attach just one on this side here to show you how it would work. You would probably, if you had a large dog, maybe put one here and then one closer to the rear here, and then again 2 on the far side. This will help give some rigidity and some support to your side pieces. Again, just use your drill. Remember, the screws should not protrude down past the thickness of the wood, and you'll put 3 here and then 3 here on the side. So you don't want the screws to penetrate into the cavity here, so I'm using very short screws that will not go too deep. Okay, as you can see, now that the bracket is attached, the sides here are quite rigid and are going to be comfortable for your dog. The only thing we have left to do now is attach the 2 wheels here on this end, place a handle over here on this end. At this point you can choose to paint the box. I would recommend painting it, and first priming it, then painting it. It makes it a lot easier if your dog is using a soup diet like ours is. There might be some splashes and stuff that fall onto the wood. They would stain and get dirty. So for sanitary reasons, I'd advise you to prime and paint the box now before you go any further. If you are going to paint and prime the box, do not paint and prime the inside here. The inner cavity is where you're going to attach your foam. So we're going to talk about that right now, but paint the outside, the base, and so forth, but do not paint the inner sides and the rear. The foam that I used in Bailey's chair, we talked about a little bit earlier. Basically what you would do now is just simply cut it to fit. In other words, You can use your template. You can take the centerpiece out here, and you're going to want to just fill in as much of the area where the dog's going to contact. Maybe not the very front here, but up in this area here and the back and on both sides. Just cut the foam with a pair of scissors and use some white glue or some contractor construction glue. Lay it on kind of thick, press the foam on. You may want to put maybe a can of paint or two to help hold it down while it dries. Just for brevity, we're not going to go ahead and do that, but that's how we attach the foam. Later on, if for whatever reason you need to take it off to clean it or whatever, you can just peel it off, clean it, wash it, and then reattach it again with the glue the same way. After you've attached the foam to the sides and rear of the box, what you can do then is cut off another piece and attach it, wrap it around your centerpiece, your pipe here, and you can secure it with some nylon straps, bungee cords or whatever. This again helps to cushion the dog's feet and also is easy to clean if the dog should get it dirty. These are backpacking sleeping bag straps. You can get them again inexpensively when you pick up the foam if you get it at a sporting goods store, and they just cinch on the tube here, and to open them you just pull this off and then they come off. Here you're looking at Bailey's chair that he's currently using. Again, you can see the wheels on this end attached to the 1.5 inch square lumber. The brackets here are painted. I have 2 brackets on either side, and then the center area where the support piece drops in sits there just like that. Now the base cushion, you can use the scraps that you have left over from the foam that you used to line the sides. As you can see Bailey's chair, how it's lined here. Another thing you can go to is the hardware store and get the pads that they sell in the garden department that they use for kneeling down to do gardening work. They're usually about 1.5 to 1 inch thick, again closed cell foam, and they work very nicely. We wrap this in a old pillowcase that we can easily wash. If he spills anything, it fits in there as so, and then Bailey goes in. Bailey will actually put himself into the chair as you've seen earlier. He'll back in, jump up, and then we just drop the centerpiece down here, and it fits perfectly. The handle on that end makes it very easy. If you need to move the chair, as you can see here, it just picks up and just rolls quite easily. So to clean the floors, you can move the chair out of the way without straining yourself. Also on the bottom, I put furniture felt pads, as you can see here, to help protect the floor. You can get these also at hardware stores. They're round pads. They'll stick to the bottom, and they're used on the bottom of furniture. Work perfectly for this type of project. I'd advise you to get a slightly thicker wood than you may be first inclined to select, so your chair will be more durable. Bailey's chair is built with 5/8 inch plywood, which is good for a dog probably up to about 60 to 75 pounds. Dogs heavier than that or larger than that, such as Rottweilers, you may want to select wood up to 3/4 of an inch. This tape has helped you understand how we build a chair. It's not very complicated. It is very effective, and we encourage you to have one built for your dog if you think it'll help. I want to thank Gil Boyer for his assistance, his ideas in helping to create the chair. Bailey says thank you, Gil. Bailey and I hope that you found this tape useful, and we wish you the best of luck with your own dog.
Remember, you can always reach us online and other people that are very knowledgeable in dealing with this disorder. just log on to Megaesophagus@yahoogroups.com. I believe you have to sign up and join the list, but it's easy. Remember, you can do this. Bailey's doing great. Good luck.